And to make that kind of a part of our life and kind of do that exercise. We check in with all the people that are that we're really close to, say, if something happened to me or them, would I be at peace or would I have regret? If we have regret, we have to act. That is our spiritual responsibility to start to mend that then. And it's not a morbid exercise. It's a spiritual exercise to make sure we're not taking people for granted. But again, many of us in here may have lost someone recently to death. And some of us might say, hey, listen, I wasn't a perfect wife or husband or brother or sister, but what do I do now? Well, it's not too late. It's never too late. There's just as much hope for that scenario as there is if that other person is still alive. In our Orthodox Church just gives us a lot of instruction with that, and we're going to get to that as well. And so I think I want to pause here, maybe open up for questions or answers, and then we will take a break. And I think the second part is going to be a little lighter than the first part, so hopefully it wasn't too intense or heavy. So I don't want to saddle everybody with too much. So, but yeah. Yes.
So if you have, I don't know, I have a sibling that left our house when she was in her 20s, but I was around closer, and so I saw how my family developed. But she has memories of her childhood that the last time I saw her, she was bringing these up, and I had no recollection. And it's not, I don't feel like I was wounded by that or that it bothers me, but is that, have I healed? Or, I'm annoyed with her that she keeps on remembering these old things, and I have trouble knowing how to deal with that. And I don't know, on the other hand, am I just like, have I just healed over that? Have I just already developed and gotten better, or am I like hiding something?
That's a very common scenario. I'm glad you asked that question. Thank you for sharing that. And it's such a common experience. Siblings, it's amazing how we can grow up in the same house and have such different experiences. And there's so many factors that feed into that. Some of it's the sibling order, right? The classic, oldest, youngest, the middle sibling. And then sometimes, inevitably, as parents, we relate differently with some of our kids. It's not ideal. The goal is treat everyone equally, but we're not even going to wade into that, but it's just, we love them equally, but sometimes in different ways. But depending on their personality, it's only natural. It takes it two-way. But in this instance, your sister, I don't want to ask too much or put you on the spot. The memories, did they involve you, or was it more about other things in the house?
My mom and dad, whenever they had like conflicts or whatever, she felt like she was being, abused. I don't know whether it was emotionally or however, but she is angry about the fact that they didn't have a perfect relationship. And I was like,
okay. Interesting. Yes. So that's very common. That's very common and normal. And having said that, and I heard what you said, now I don't know, can I trust this, that I'm really just okay with it, or did I squirrel it away somewhere?
I have no memories of it, unless, until she mentioned it.
Is she older or younger?
She's 16 months older than me.
Okay, so it's not too much older.
And we have 3 other siblings.
Okay.
I was the youngest.
So this is very common. I don't know that I've ever seen a family system where every single sibling had the same experience to that universal situation in the house. And it could come down to so many factors. Like sometimes some kids, when mom and dad have conflict, some siblings rush to the scene. It's like combat for them, and unfortunately, studies have shown that when there's intense fighting in the home, it has the same impact on the brain that combat has on it. So kids that come out of homes where there's a lot of fighting, our brains are much like that of a combat veteran. That's just experience is experience. It doesn't matter where it is. And so kids sometimes rush to the scene to stabilize things. And then other siblings, and this is not bad, other siblings, it's survival. I'm not going to do that. This is mom and dad are grown-ups. They're going to resolve this. I'm going to go to my room. I'm not saying you did that, of course, or I'm just going to put my headphones on or go for a walk. And that's what they should do. Neither is wrong or right. And so sometimes it comes down to that the one child just decided, I'm going to cope, and they're okay with it. And this is why you see, like, sometimes why with combat veterans, some come back from combat and don't have PTSD. Others come back and do. It's subjective, and then we don't know what life experiences people had before they were deployed. We could go on, but it's the same thing here. And we have different personalities, different temperament, different coping mechanisms, and maybe you assign different meanings to things than they did. And but what emerges from it is, how did you feel when she brought it up?